That. Okay. All right. That was probably a very quiet hello. That's okay. There's no one here yet. I'm just starting a little early. It is 9:45 my time in New Zealand Standard Time. Standard Time. We've just finished daylight savings. And you just come out feeling, well, the older I get, the more lethargic I feel at the end. It's bizarre. So it looks like we've now got sound and camera's looking okay. Got good focus. Focus on my hand. Painting. The light's probably a little warm in here today, that's fine for the picture. It's really overcast and pouring with rain. So there'll be a bit of rain in the stream today. And you're joining this on the replay, welcome. Thanks for jumping in. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on Helen. And let's just try and get my camera a little bit more in shot here. Let's get zooming in. Zoom out a bit. Let me zoom out a bit more. Whoops. There we go. So I've got a bit of this river. I keep putting it off. I might do a little bit of that. Actually, I was going to do some more work on these rocks. I think I just need to put some more shadow under some of them in the river. They're not. They are in the river. It's the rock bed on the other side. Last week I was working on Helen's arm. Got a bit carried away with her shoulder. Now it looks like she's wearing something. And I'm going to start coming down into her dress today. And as usual, so let's just zoom right out. Up from my coffee cup there, you'll see these are my pan pastels and my river palette. I've been making extensive use of the turquoise, the greens for the trees. So we might come back to that palette soon. But first things first, I need a coffee. Because this is my creative juice. Let me just put this away so I don't knock it over. And pop up a chat. If you're watching this on the replay, a comment. If you leave a comment, that would be great. It doesn't really do much for the channel, in the sense that I'm too small for comments to make any difference. But it makes a big difference to me, and it's just nice to someone drops in and says hi. Let's bring up my reference picture. So you can see on the bottom left, this is the photo I took of of Helen, and we're going for a sort of a ready rock that it must have been an iron-based one, probably, but that'll be the tones that I want to get on that versus the greens and the trees and a sort of blues over here in that rock bed. So I'm just gonna been working on this about 10 hours so far, and normally a painting of this size will take me 16 to 20 hours to do, so we could actually be just past the halfway mark on it. Up my applicator a little bit. It's my other applicator. Is it this one? Use that one. I was starting to use some turquoise in her dress in the shadows, and I'm kind of tempted to start with that again. I really need to just work on her arm a little bit, so I think that's we'll take a slug of coffee and we'll get back to skin tones. And I wonder if I can just adjust my light a little bit without getting shadows. So excuse me for a sec while I just try and adjust this light a bit more. It's not bad. Just need a bit more light on Helen so I can. Just so gloomy. Not here. The light outside. Just open this up a bit more. Oh, there's actually a little break in the clouds. It's gonna clear up. Oh, I nearly put that in my coffee. Wouldn't that be a fantastic start to the day? Wow. I'm looking for something light. The difference between painting, I'm going to put some white on here there. That's what I'm going to do. The difference between using pan pastels or pastels to paint is that your palette is already mixed for you in front. So at times you're just looking for the right shade, right color, just for that little spot. So I tend to hesitate a bit while I'm looking for it, and I'm looking at her shoulder and trying to decipher the colors that I see in her shoulder, whether they're blues or greens, for some bright yellow. I suspect it's blue. It's got this sort of bit of shadow that's going to make this I'll be mixing a bit of red in with it. So I might just zoom in a little bit for you. So you can sort of, how's that? Otherwise it might be a little small to, it's probably still a bit small to see. See her shoulder blade sweeping up around here. And comes that red. I'll knock that back with some reds. And I've been thinking I might be doing some additional streams. I've been a bit busy with my paid work. This is my hobby work. But my paid work as a consultant. Clients got activities on that needed to be there for them. And I find it, because it requires quite a bit of processing power mentally in caring for them, that tends to suck a bit of creativity out of me. And so my art has slowed down a little bit. I'm going to blend that a little bit. That's iron oxide. I don't want this permanent red tint. Keep my big head in the way. It's a necessary evil sometimes. Just swap my glasses out. Every day, lenses on. My close-up ones. Let's pick off the funky ones, put on the non-cool ones, and that actually helps a bit. Chirp chirp. I haven't worn these for a while. It's a bit of a usual. And when doing pan pastels, try not to overwork it, because that will, once you start seeing it sort of blend a little too much, you know you've blended it too much. Put you way over there. And it doesn't help that I'm selecting the wrong colour. It's a strong blue tinge. Turquoise. Some turquoise. Oops, gone. Oh, hello. Oh, it's Roxana. Fantastic. Sorry, I didn't see you arrive, Roxana. Just bring up give you a go. So it's lovely to have you here, Roxana. Thank you. Just trying to get my rhythm going. That's what I'm trying to do. And hi, and here's Helen. Fantastic. It's the lady of the picture. Fantastic. I should get her to come in front of the camera so you can see the turquoise in her arms. Like a courier had just dropped something off. No, it's really good to chat away. When I start off, I'm kind of chatting by myself. And I did start a little early today, Roxana. Because sometimes I get nervous that the stream is... I'm going to have problems with the stream. And I just want to get it underway. To make sure it's all up and running. And so that's what I was doing. Starting a bit earlier. How's your channel going? Nice. Glad the notifications working. Have you got anyone? So for those who are watching on the replay, Roxana's got... Let me bring up on the... so you can see her chatting away to me. Get rid of that. What do we do? We transition. There we go. I'll bring that back up. So Roxana's got her own YouTube channel. She's a life coach. And has done some really great interviews. Which I think, collaboration is... her husband does this with Business Breaks. Is the name of his podcast. And rather than just a vlog where, which is pretty much what I'm doing, I'm just chatting away by myself, having other people to talk to and hear their stories and their views, I love that. So that's what both Roxana and her husband do. It's going... They're not that consistent. It's hard. Well, I mean, especially if you're lining up guests. You've got to go find guests, right? And their stories need to be consistent with what you're aiming to to bring to people as well. I found that in just my normal art videos, which is why I started streaming. I thought, at least with a stream, as people can watch me paint rather than a time lapse. And the because the time lapse videos I do are often like 10 minutes, and you're compressing, or at least I'm compressing 10 hours into 10 minutes, and then it's, you know, it's over, and I'm like, oh. But it was hard to stay consistent in getting the, because my videos rely on me actually getting up and painting. You know, I'm going to mention your channel. Yeah. You drop a link to it. You can actually drop a link to it in the chat, Roxana. Just go to your channel, grab the, copy the link. I think you can share it. And then just drop it into the chat so others can find you. I think when YouTubers support YouTubers, it's very similar actually to, I guess a lot of social media is built on reciprocation, but it's lovely to be able to support someone else. I'm going to get some, I just want white in there. Reluctant to use white, but we're going to give it a go and see what happens. Probably come on, get on the applicator. Good. Get that. Not as bad as I thought it would be. So there's a sort of arty rule. Don't use black. Use white because they'll just cover your paintings. But I think I don't normally use white. I normally use a ultramarine or a phthalo blue as my whites, unless and certainly when I'm using pastel pencils, I'll use light blues for white, because white is not my favorite, and I didn't use white for a long time, and now I remember why. So it's not a bad rule. It's not a bad rule. I normally have a, if I can find it. Here we go. So this is a General's charcoal pastel, white charcoal. Oh, I need to cut my nails. Pencil, and that's what I'll use for highlights. But best to just use the pan pastel white as for blending with other colours rather than trying to fiddle around and use it for highlights. So I don't do that. I'm going to keep this one for reds. Not to mix my, I find it very hard not to mix my colours. Oh, there's Donna. Hey, Donna. Fantastic. So, Donna and Helen and I are going to an art show next weekend. I'm hoping to come away inspired. And I hope you'll be inspired too. And we've got a bit of a mess going on there. This is... Don't worry, David, it'll come right. That's what we say. Come right. Sorry, just get my big head in here again. It is grabbed a bit of turquoise. Because that is the colour I am seeing. And here is a bit more. That colour. Yep. Yeah, for my highlight, I just got to stick with those turquoise. Not dark. Make sure that I'm not hiding the screen. I've just got so many windows open too. So, do I have pets? No, Helen doesn't like pets. She does not like pets. There will be no pets in this house. Just children. We're allowed children. What is going on there? Some dark. I wanted. Got a dark. I myself quite like cats, which should be obvious to anyone who's watching this from LinkedIn that David likes cats. I don't mind dogs, but I was bitten quite a lot as a kid. Quite a lot. I was bitten about 2 or 3 times as a kid, and it traumatized me, and I've struggled with dogs ever since. So they know the fear. I do like cats. Cats, of course, have scratched me more times than dogs have bitten me. So that's ironic, isn't it? Shana's a cat person. Donna will have to say what the exhibition is about, but I believe it is New Zealand artists, and I'm not sure if they're from all around New Zealand or just the Wellington region, but it's a chance for artists to sell their works and be seen. So that's quite exciting for those artists. Going to, and it's great for me because I get to see. I'm kind of interested in the ones that the art that's got the red stickers on it, where people have bought the painting, and because then you're seeing what's actually moving in the market. People want to put on their walls, and some will buy for an investment. But more often than not, people buy art because it looks good. You know, they go, oh, you know, it's going to be nice on my wall. Well, you know, that tones in with my colour scheme. Use a sponge. That's a red sponge. On it. We can get on the usual issue of this paper being so grabby, and the hand pastel's such a fine pigment. It's really ground. To I guess some people do compare it to a makeup foundation. Not that someone who really knows about makeup foundation. It's just that's how I've heard different people refer to it. And it's a very tightly compacted powder, and I'm only using a little edge, so I'm just grabbing a little bit at a time. It would be like getting a brush. No. And just getting just the absolute tip of the hairs, the bristles covered. So I've decided I want to make dress creamy and dreamy, and I'm using I think this is Diary Light. No, it's Yellow Ochre. How about that? That's probably the Diary Light over there. We're going for a yellow ochre dress. Yes, works by local. It's one of those ones where in time I could probably exhibit there myself, Shana. I'm not at that level though. Funky. I'll fix that as I go. We've got this sort of so white at the back. But we're quite excited to go anyway to the show, because it'll be such a mixed genre of artworks. And I love seeing what's coming out in people's minds. And sometimes the art is dictated a little bit by cost as well. You see people trying to get costs down in materials. Some light shading going on there if I can. Sorry, I just shut up for a sec while I try and get this blocked in a little bit. So a lot of what I'm doing is blocking in, and here we go. And then we get into the, well, what colors do we want in here? And I start making up my mind, and it gets, I go from quite tentative to suddenly I've made a decision, you know, and you go, okay, well, that's how it's going to be. And I can see the chat moving, and I'm going to come back and chat with you in a sec. It's decided I want threads right there, and I'm thinking about a bit of burnt sienna. Do I dare it? Put a little bit on and see what happens. Right, doesn't thrill me. I often think, oh, that colour's gonna work. And you go, you know what? That colour doesn't work. Whereas I get in my oranges and I'm like, well, that actually makes me happy. Let's clean that up. You got a coffee, Donna? Yeah, a bit peeved with the weather. I didn't think it was going to rain today. It wasn't on the forecast. It's not supposed to rain until Friday, and of course it always rains on Friday in Kapiti if it's going to rain. Friday and Saturdays. No, what's with that? Let's just pop that over there. We need more coffee. Yes, it is autumn. Oh, and the sun's just come out. After us moaning about the weather, the sun's just... about that. What's going on? So, but like everywhere, Roxana, it's, I know in the UK you've had it as well. When it rains now, it really rains. So there was a town in the South Island, not too far away from us. It's called Blenheim. And they had a month's worth of rain in a day. Cut my hand. You go, oh, that's pretty excessive, but fortunately for them, it barely rains there. It's the sunniest place in New Zealand. So, but they were thinking of doing some evacuations. I really should have cut my nails before painting. That's terrible. At least you know I don't chew my nails. Winter is June, July, August. And it's going to be cold. But we've stocked up on firewood. So we'll be warm. Except when we're outside, we'll be cold. So when does your daylight savings finish? Oh, that's Donna speaking. Yeah, it becomes winter. Yeah, it's so dark now. We just switched recently. Was it April the 7th? April the 8th or something like that. And instantly it was dark at night, which feels a bit rude. And it's not that lighter in the mornings anymore. Right, I'm fully caffeinated. Let's just get rid of that cup so I don't knock it over. I'm fully caffeinated and I'm back into thinking about Helen. And bring some turquoise in. That's how I seeing this painting. Waste. That's sweeping. Mark off, and the turquoise I'm going to tone back, so don't flip out about that. Need to stand. Where everything goes, so I'm just building a map of the painting for the next sort of strokes. You're also blocking the view, David. Yes, I shall be blocking the view. It's really hard, actually, getting a camera set up where I'm not going to block the view. So the camera's over here, where my hand is. That's where the camera is. And I'm trying to stand side on to paint, and sometimes that's a bit awkward. So normally I try and apologise in advance when I know I'm going to be in the way. So just apologise after the fact for you, Donna. I'll fix that. That's what I want to do. Probably get in the way again. Sorry, Donna. Just want to knock this back. This is a because I made the decision to do a painting with so I'm going to try this. This is actually it's an interesting thing. So I got these little they're like sponge brush. They're always called applicators. I just changed that one. That's feeling a bit. So you just swap them out, right? It's just a little clip on. And I thought I'd try them for detail. And I actually haven't been that impressed. You know, as usual, what happens is you watch someone use one on YouTube and you go, wow, look at them do that. And then you go buy them and try it and you go, wow, that didn't work. Yeah, I can feel it. So I wonder, it had gone quite hard. You know, when a sponge goes hard and it goes brittle, and maybe that's a good thing, but it's not doing it for me. So what I want to do is get some we want a blue. Just get that sweep around. Crease. Yeah, this is, as I was trying to say, words were escaping me. Because I've made the conscious decision to use hand pastels and not do a pencil painting of Helen, then it creates some limitations for me. And you've got to work with the tools you've got. There we go. And it would be so much easier to just rip out a pencil and go, oh, let me just fix that with a pencil. And in some paintings that's fine, I don't mind doing that. But in this one, this is my pan pastel series. So pans it is. The punishment continues. Let's get some blue going on here. Sweeps up to, it should be a bit higher. Sorry, I'm back to talking to myself again. While yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah, yes, let me just read the messages. Weather is I don't remember your watercolours that much, actually, Donna. That was when you went to the art class with Helen, eh? Blue in there. Just realised I'm putting blues on with this one is supposed to be for reds, this one is supposed to be for blues. I might have to get some tape, it's like electrical tape, and put a blue colour band around it, and so I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep them clean. once you start mixing your colours, they're pretty good, the pan pastels, for cleaning up. Pretty good, they're really good. But I am trying to get a bit cleaner how I use them. Sorry, just thinking things through as I do these strokes. Just seeing where the fall from the dress as it goes into bluey shadows, which originally I had thrown down as a turquoise, and I'm still okay with them being a turquoise, but they need some more blue, and we're going with ultramarine because I happen to like ultramarine. It's got a shadow there. This is all light and white, so we will use tint. Let's get that locked in. Goes into more of a that tint there. There a tint, there a tint. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Cubism. Oh, really? Oh, I have to come and have a look and see what you're doing, Donna. I just did a post on LinkedIn about beauty is truth and truth is beauty, and how in math there's a lot of aesthetics in math, and even whole philosophies about math. The Greeks saw a lot of beauty in math. It was really that's why they got fascinated with geometry, and they were measuring all these things, and some dude came along and corrected one of their measurements in the triangle, and they killed him. They didn't want the story getting out that they'd been wrong. You go, oh, people. Anyway, so I think Cubism sort of geometry and art as well, getting shapes down to their sort of core essence. We went to that exhibition. Where was it? We saw some Salvador Dali. I don't think he did Cubism, but he did surrealism, didn't he? It was pretty strange, some of the stuff, actually. Okay, so starting to get some shapes. Going on. It's rock. we're going to build up some bluey. Going to get some reds in there. And don't worry about the reds at the moment, they're gonna get toned out. But they're placeholders as well. We need to use our red one. Getting into reds. Need to, come on. Sometimes you're just not quite sure why it's not gripping the surface. Color plane here. Yep. One here. And then it's quite red. Okay. Sometimes when I'm painting, I'm actually I'm trying to read the directions of paint, not the paint, the light on my reference photo. And you go, oh, I'm not quite sure. And to translate what I'm seeing here to these fingers is surprisingly hard. It should be a lot easier. And the more I paint, the easier it gets. But some days I'm like, oh, can you just not do that? I just want it to happen. Now I want work on her top again. We're going to get some lights. These are definitely we're seeing a lot of turquoise. So turquoise it is. And that was useless. Here it is. But just do it on the right side, David. Pulls across. Again. Mixing our colours. He did have bizarre looking pictures. I don't know what was going on in his head. You know, I'm a big fan of Van Gogh or Van Gogh if you prefer to call him that. And Monet. Because I can interpret their pictures, I know what's going on. And it makes sense to me. But I didn't really understand what Dali was doing. I technically brilliant. You know, what a thinker. Just But to understand what he's actually doing, I did not get it. Some Picasso, yeah. Apparently Picasso has become a bit of a problem for some art museums because it would seem he was not a particularly nice man, quite a misogynist. And unfortunately, I guess anyone who becomes very successful can fall into a trap of arrogance. You won't find me being arrogant about my pictures because I happen to know I'm just on the journey. And goes up. That's what we want. So yeah, I know exactly where I am on my journey, and that arm actually comes out. Because even now, as I'm looking at as I paint, I go, oh, you haven't quite visualized where that arm was going. So I'm okay with that. It'll get better. Yeah. Now, did you drop a link to your website, Roxana? Not your website. Well, you could drop your website in, but for your, I don't see a link there for your YouTube channel. Go drop a link in for your YouTube channel. That'd be great. I should probably finish Helen's hands as well. We're going for time. 10:50. We're doing well. We are doing good. And I just get some more color onto this, and I'll be bringing more. Surprisingly, I will be bringing more turquoise back into her dress, but I need this underpainting, which I've been sort of working on. Give me the lines of her dress, of the creases, got a tendency to do straight lines, not curves. And that blue is great, but what comes down to there. As I've said before, what happens is I'll be banging away at this and just sort of gently putting colours down. Okay, so there. I'll be gently putting colours down and just blocking in, and then I'll go, oh yep, now I understand where the painting goes. And suddenly there'll be a lot more bold strokes. I wonder how that worked with Rembrandt. Whether he suddenly had moments where he went, right, yep, got this. That's what I'm doing. And I'm throwing in the red to purplize. Is that a word? Purplize the dress for the shadows. Oh, Roxana, fantastic. Thanks so much for coming today. It was an absolute delight to see you again. And give my regards to Dante. I know he was pretty tired from his trip away. Whenever he sends me a crabby message in LinkedIn, I know he's he's getting a bit stressed. So I hope he's good now. I really must have a video chat with him. I look forward to catching up on your channel too. I really appreciate you dropping by. So, what have we achieved today? We have been colouring in. Wow, sounds childish. I've been painting. Blocking in, that's the word I wanted. I've been blocking in the stress of Helen's. And getting the tones I want of Helen's dress. White bit just comes straight down there. Seam. And we're not getting overly precious about it. Except I've constantly had this problem of mixing my reds and blues. That has been really annoying me. And ideally that's going to get fixed. Fix that okay, yeah, I don't know, maybe I've got to set something in the settings, Roxana, for that. Yeah. Okay, well I'll check that out later. It's probably a YouTube setting I just need to adjust. I'll get that fixed. I will get that fixed. So, dress is coming along, and can't rush these things. Be nice too, but rushing never works out. Or has never worked out for me. And all we're going to do is let me just stand back and have a wee look. Yeah, that's the bones. That's the bones of it. I'm not unhappy with that. Right there. Sort of flicks going on. So it just takes time for the pan pastel to build up its layers on the canvas. And I think, well, we've got this one going. Let's work a little bit on that arm a bit more. Doing anything today, Donna? Then come in again. You guessed it. Turquoise. Because this is a turquoise painting. And that, I think, would probably take me to 11. It is 11. So thank you so much for coming along and chatting. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Roxana. And I will be back for more dress work next week. I look forward to seeing you there. And thanks to all those who have joined on the replay. Really appreciate you coming along. All right, bye for now.